God, please, no! 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 No!
Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I've got two replays in the Russian Tier 8 Premium Tank Destroyer, the ISU-130. Now, this is a tank that I do enjoy on occasion. I don't always enjoy it, but generally I do kind of enjoy it every now and then when you play, especially when it's +1, -1. When it's +2 and you get bottom tier in this thing, it's painful. It's just pure painful, because there's a lot of tanks that the standard round just cannot pen, and your premium round is an unusual one, because it's pretty much the same as the box tank at tier 6. So you get like 200 and, I think it's 230 something pen on the standard round on this one, and then like 186 pen on the premium round, but you get an extra like 70 average damage, which is, it's filthy. It can be disgusting, especially with the reload being pretty damn tasty on this thing, because that's the thing, it has got a very nice reload for a 130mm gun, and it does fire really quickly. It's also pretty decently accurate, although this replay, it's not going to be as faithful to me. But yeah, it's an odd one, and obviously I don't always play turretless TDs. Turretless TDs aren't my thing all that much, really, and so I don't really play them all that much. But like I say, it's just one of those things when you've got a tank that's got a gimmick like this, that it's got that sort of pretty decently fast firing gun for a 560 alpha gun, and it's decently accurate, and I don't know, it's got a meme about it, you know, it makes me want to play it. So you see, I've got like the premium round loaded now, and I was trying to pen the TVP, but unfortunately we missed because it's easy to pen. I mean, we've got good matchmaking. We're on Fisherman's Bay, and it's the wonky spawns, which we don't see all that often now. We still do get them, I think, but it's not often we do anymore. I'm trying to think now the last time we actually played wonky spawns. Yeah, I'm not sure. They might have been removed for all I know, to be honest. I was actually trying to think about it. I've very rarely seen these spawns on Fisherman's Bay now. But this position here that we've taken in the ISU-130 is a very aggressive one, and it's one that doesn't always work, because if they have enough camping in that area, it can really screw me over, especially if I get spotted, because you can just lose so much health so fast, because they have all the shots at you, and obviously they can come up behind you as well through the town very easily and just wreck your day. So we tried to shut down the tiger shot there, we shut it down, and we pull back behind cover again. But I'm still detected, and I'm like, what is it? Just what's looking at me? Stop it! And now we're unspotted. We can be happy with ourselves. We can try and aim up and try and get a shot into this TVP. Now, that was a poor shot from me. I thought that guy was going to keep going, but unfortunately, I end up like snapping the shot ahead of him. He stopped dead. We missed him, and we're trying to get a shot there into the Hellcat. Now, obviously, there's actually buildings over there, so what I shot at there was must have been a building, right? We try and pop a shot into the front of that guy there, and it actually goes in, so we get a nice shot into the T-34-3 black. It's like, right, we'll get another one in then. Oh, it's really juicy. Once this gun gets going and you've got those targets to shoot, it's beautiful. So we're up to 2k damage, which is like, what, 3-4 shots of damage? Well, it's 4 shots of damage. And I'm trying to think, what do I want to do next? Now, this King Tiger's running out, so it's like, okay, well, we'll get a shot into the King Tiger. We've got the back end of his turret. Yeah, no, we don't. No, we don't. The gun said no, and obviously you saw me get a bit annoyed there. And that one was just a bad shot, because, again, he is kind of with the rock, and he gets shut down by the artillery, so we actually didn't get much out of that. But there's more spotted that is camping at the back of their spawn in pretty bad areas. I wouldn't stay anywhere near where this mill is. I have no idea how that one misses. I mean, it wasn't fully aimed right, but for all intents and purposes, I have pretty much the whole of mill to shoot, so I have no idea how it missed. RNG sometimes. It still says no even now. Hopefully we'll get a nice shot again into the side of this guy. Hits the floor, because of course, probably again should have aimed it a little bit better, but it was pretty much fully aimed in on him, and it still missed. That's what I mean. It's Russian, so it can still misbehave badly, and it can be an absolute nightmare. And I'm trying to find a shot into the top of that guy. I mean, that was a hopeful shot, really. But there is one thing about this tank, and that is the fact that it doesn't actually carry much rounds. So at the minute, I've got 7 rounds left. And it's like, yeah, if you have one of those games where you keep firing, this tank will just run out of ammo. And you generally do end up in a situation where you just get done over because you don't have ammo. I don't like it when that happens with tanks, where the way they've decided to try and balance it, or for some reason they've just not given a tank shells. I know it might be like some sort of realistic reason or historic reason behind a tank and how many shells it could actually hold, but it is kind of frustrating when you've got a tank and it's just limited by the fact that you just don't have enough rounds to carry games. And that is something that's similar for stuff like the T95E6, where it's literally, it just doesn't have enough ammo and it runs out quite often. Now we get unlucky there with the shot off the 112. It ends up bouncing off his side. We get a nice shot through his front there though, and we've got 2 rounds left, and I'm looking for the shot on this 112, hoping to get it in, but it's like, nah, I'm not going to get a shot at this guy. You know, my best chance now is to go after these guys in the corner, the TD and the T-34-3 Black. I think it was the Charioteer. And I'm thinking, you know what, a FADIN'S could be a thing here, so I kind of want a FADIN'S. If I get the 2 shots into these guys, it could be quite nice. And I'm trying to race ahead of my team. But obviously, if I get there, I know that the Charioteer had health. I can put 2 shots into him. Obviously, I can put a shot in and kill the Charioteer and then the T-34-3. I just need to get there ahead of my team. And it's all, like I say, when you go in after damage at the end of a game, sometimes it is all about getting there before your team. Now we get a nice shot to finish off that guy, and it's like, oh my god, this T-34-3 Black's out in the open. Please don't die, please don't die, please don't die. Yes! FADIN'S! Take it! We got the FADIN'S medal in the end as well for killing the last tank alive with the last shell in our tank. And we came top. We finished with 5 kills, 4k damage, 533 assistance, ace tanker, FADIN'S, high caliber. And yeah, I mean, this is a it can be a fun tank. Like I say, it's not the best, and it's a pretty niche tank. I'm not sure I could ever really recommend people to pick it up. I mean, I didn't buy this tank; I got it for free, and a lot of people did get it for free. It was one of the earn-ups a long time ago. I'm talking probably 2018. I think it was 2018 anyway. It was one of the tanks you could pick up in an earn-up. So it was freely available. It's one of those tanks that you do kind of see every now and then on the battlefield, but the frequency of it has dropped off a lot, and that's because it isn't the best TD in the universe. It's got a lot of drawbacks and not a lot of plush points. Like I say, when you end up in bad matchmaking tier 10, this thing really does struggle. It's really not that good. And it's purely because, number 1, shells, you run out of them. Number 2, it's the pen, which is just pretty poor, really. I mean, you consider that the other tank that's on this chassis at the tier, the ISU-130, gets like 270 odd millimeters of penetration on its standard round and has 750 alpha. Yeah, pretty filthy. You know, I'm kind of looking forward to the day that they bring out the ISU-152K that the PC has, which is basically the ISU-152, but with the BL10 again, which is what they actually removed from our Tech Tree one. Say it from our Tech Tree one, they're just removed from the Tech Tree one, and we followed suit. So it'll be a nice day when that comes out, because I think I'll kind of enjoy that, having that big boomstick again. Because I threw him up the ISU-152 when I ground through it to get to the 704 a long time ago, and it was a hell of a lot of fun doing it. It was the same as the SU-152. The SU-152 was pure memes, and I loved that tank. I've got the Slayer, and the Slayer is a lot of fun as well. But the Slayer gets outshone by the fact that there's another tank that gets the exact same gun, but it gets a turret, and it's called the Dreadnought. So we're on this map, Kaunas, and we're taking a pretty aggressive position here, and I'm taking I want to get up to get shots at these guys. So we get a nice shot into the King Tiger, but unfortunately, it actually ends up hitting his upper plate and bouncing, which is unfortunate. We get a nice shot into the LTTB though. We actually pen him, get a lot of damage into him. We've got the premium round in, so we get more damage in. Unfortunately, we can't quite get a second shot at him. I'm looking at him going, is he just gonna YOLO out? No, he didn't. He's turned around. But then I'm watching him again thinking, is he just gonna run back out in the open? Yes, he did. Well, okay then. And I ended up rushing the shot then. I ended up rushing the shot. I was taking my time leading that, and I rushed it because the Conqueror, I saw the Conqueror come into view, and I was like, oh no, he's going to pull in front of me before I get the chance to shoot. So I just fired, and unfortunately we ended up missing it. Because that is another thing, obviously the shell velocity is not the best. It's about, I think it's about 800-900, something like that. And yeah, it's something you've got to take into account when you're trying to lead your shots. You've got to put quite a bit of lead in, especially when you're aiming at stuff like the LTTB, which is absolutely rapid. So this Conqueror gets YOLO'd by the WZ. I couldn't find a shot at him. So unfortunately for me, I couldn't shut him down, but the Huntsman does to help the Conqueror. And then I've noticed that there's the heavy tank behind us. I mean, we've got Turkey trying to help cover the rear anyway, so I'm pretty confident I'll be alright that way. And I'm just sort of watching this King Tiger and hoping that he does something silly. But then the Dragon comes out of our base, and it's like, where did you come from? Okay, there's a Dragon YOLOing our guys. It's come from our spawn. Like, what? Okay. And Turkey in his Vizilla shuts him down. Why he's playing the Vizilla, I don't know. Don't ask me. That's just what Turkey does. He's playing the Vizilla for some reason. And yeah, he shuts the Dragon down. We snapped a shot at that LTTB. We shouldn't have done that because that's just a waste of shells. It's something you're always mindful of when you're in a tank that's not got many shells at all. And that is when you're taking snapshots and you're missing them, you're going, I'm just wasting potential here. It's not good. So I was going to go after the TD, but I'm noticing the base, but obviously I've got spotted there. So I was like, well, I just got spotted, and there's only one thing that could spot me when it pokes up, and that's the King Tiger. So I pop a shot into the side of the King Tiger, and now we're going back to help Turkey defend from this little marauding set of heavy tanks. I'm just going to wait for them to come out beyond this ridgeline, because you can see them doing it. This E-75 drives out. It's like, well, thank you very much, E-75. We've got the Alpha. We've got the high-caliber gun, which means we can more than likely track this guy if we hit his drive wheel. We get a second shot into him, and we're just going to move up to try and keep getting shots at him, because obviously we've got another window of opportunity to get a shot at him as he drives out on the other side of this building here. So that's what we do. We pop another shot in, and hopefully Turkey will finish him off, which he does. And I'm trying to assess what's best to do here. Whether to go help Turkey get rid of the TD and the heavies, or to try and help our other flank that's assaulting the base. Because it is assault, and assault means that we either kill them all or we have to cap. If we don't kill them all or we don't cap, we lose. There's no draws, there's no draw mechanism where, you know, the team that caused most destruction wins. There's none of that. And we actually get a nice shot into that Dragon, and that was a nice snap. Yeah, winning the base is obviously something that we want to do. We want to have that option that we're not just going to end up running out of time or running out of health, that sort of stuff. So what I'm going to do is now, I know where the Dragon was going, right? The Dragon was running down the 8-9. I was thinking, you know what, I might go do that. But then Turkey's in the town now on his Todd with another heavy. And it's kind of like, and I think at this point he was going, I think I'm going to die. So I was like, okay, I'm coming, I'm running, Turkey, I'm running, I'm coming to help, don't worry, ISU is at your service. So we're going to charge into the town and hopefully get some help in. And yeah, he was saying he was going to struggle, because I think that's I didn't quite see what the heavy was. Yeah, you see there's 3 heavy tanks in the town with him that are going to hurt him. We try and snap a shot at that guy, unfortunately miss, and we're here to aid the Turkey in his quest to survive. Yeah, it's a Conqueror that's with him, which is obviously a very, very good tank. And then this light tank's yellowing out, so it's like, bye light tank, you don't hurt our Turkey. We're going to drive round to try and get a shot into the low plate of this Conqueror. I'm like, Turkey, please pull back. And unfortunately, we end up doing track damage only. We only track damage, and I'm like, okay, Conqueror, you can shoot me, bro. You can shoot me. We shut him down. Now there's a Barracuda, and it's like, well, Turkey can shoot it, I can shoot it, I want to track it. That sign is really annoying. That sign came up out of nowhere in sniper mode, then it was like, oh, okay then. Well, the Barracuda's dead, we've done our duty society, we've saved the Turkey, and we're trying to get more shots at this Barracuda, because we're having a good game at the minute. We've got 4.3k damage, And we've got 9 rounds left, so we've still got a good potential damage left. We'll get a nice shot into the Barracuda there. We're up to 4.7k. And there's just the TD and 2 artillery now. Obviously, the 2 artillery will be in their base. And the TD is currently spotted at D8. So we want to kind of get him. And you see, the problem with the Assault is the fact that it's got the shortest amount of time. And there's only 2 minutes 30 left. And we're looking at it going, we need to kill these guys. Because we're not going to be able to cap now, probably. Actually, to be fair, I don't know what the cap time will be with 3 people in the cap. But it's looking unlikely. And, yeah, we're kind of getting a little bit worried. Because the 430 version 2 that was up in their base gets shotgunned by the Lorraine. But he never spotted the Lorraine. The TD's still alive. Obviously, the 2 RT are in a platoon. And we're looking at this game going, we've not got enough time. I'm not liking this. So what I'm going to do is going to try and get the high ground on their cap. I'm going to go this way so that I have a nice position to be able to see into their cap and possibly get shots into it. Obviously, I'm thinking the arty might not run. The arty might be still chilling in their base because they might not want to run down the A line because our team might be there. So they might still be there. So what I want to do is get the high ground, try and spot it out, and I just hope for the best that they're there, because we've got 1 minute 20 left. That's it. The time is running out. We're cutting it close here, and I'm really hoping that we spot something right about now. If you see our spotting circle is like nearly into their base. It's like nothing getting spotted. This is not good. I should be able to spot anything that's in their base once I crest this ridgeline over here. You've just seen it flash red on the scoreboard. It's like, oh my goodness, why is nothing getting spotted? Oh no, we've got to keep rushing. There's one. Get the piggy. That's not good. There's a TD behind Turkey. The Conway shuts down Turkey, which is not good. We've got to get this shot in. And unfortunately, there's a weird lip in front of me, which means I can't get him. We missed the shell. Oh no, this is not looking good at all. And the Conway's poked out, and it's like, what are you doing, Mr. Conway? Okay, I'll shut you down. We get the Conway out. We're gonna, the artillery's left. It's like, oh my god, we've got to shut down this artillery. There's 20 seconds left on the clock. Slap. We shut down the artillery. There was so much panic in that last bit. It was like, oh my goodness, we're going to lose on time. This is not good. But we ended up managing to shut it down with that last minute clutch shot into the artillery. And it was a very nice game for this tank. We finished with 4 kills, 5.2k damage, 983 assistance, ace tanker, high caliber Confederate, and a really nice game for a tank that you don't often see. And it's one that you're very rarely going to see on the channel. And it can be quite fun. As you see, we've got 2.1k base. It can be quite fun, but it's not one that I could ever say, yeah, go out and buy. It's definitely not one of those. So as always, everybody, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. I'm always saving Turkey.
A great success!